Hello, this is Ray from DC Rainmaker here. What I've got is a Fenix3 Sapphire Edition. Now the Sapphire Edition has these metal bands. It's a single piece, and when it comes to you shipped, it's got quite a few extra links. It's basically designed for a giant. So if you've got smaller wrists like me, or just even normal human-sized wrists, you're going to need to go ahead and get it resized. Now you can bring it to a jeweler, and that's probably the most logical thing to do, except I'm really kind of too lazy to do that. So what I did is I bought this little kit online. Cost $2.49 on Amazon, super cheap, and allows me to go ahead and remove the pins. So I'm going to get it out of the package first. It's all like super shrink wrapped there, so it'll take me a second to do. And once I have that done, I'll walk you through how you go ahead and remove the pins yourself. That way you can control your own destiny there. Okay, now that we've got it all unpacked, what we have here is the main tool kind of holding system. And we've got these 3 pins. All 3 are identical. So you can go ahead and take one of these and just simply unscrew this. And then go ahead and screw it back in onto this here. Super easy. And then we'll put this back inside. Don't go all the way, just go a little bit because you'll have to move it in a moment anyways. Next, we've got the Fenix3 Sapphire. Now, of course, the links have these small arrows that you can see on them, right underneath on the inside. These arrows tell you which way to push. So always follow the arrow, both when you're going out and when you're going in. Everything goes in the same direction of the arrow. Now, you could go ahead and measure your wrist to figure out how many links that you're taking off. I'm kind of a bit lazy, so I'm just going to simply guesstimate. I'm going to guess about 2 links on either side. I actually haven't done this yet, so hopefully it'll work out, but that's kind of my guess. So I'm going to go ahead and remove these 2 links right here. So in order to do that, I'm going to need to go up 1. Now you're going to simply line up the pin with that little hole there that pushes out the pin. Very easy. So go do that, twist, and you hear it pop out. And just go and push it so it goes all the way out, and then back that out. And you can just take the pin and generally just pull it right on out if you're lucky. And if the pin just gets a bit snug, just grab a pair of needle nose pliers and you can kind of easily pull it the rest of the way out. There we go, it's going to fall apart there. And maybe not so easily out. Put the pin off the side, try not to lose it. Now I want to go ahead and grab 2 more pins, or 2 more links. So we'll go right here, take this, same thing again, and pull out. Very straightforward. And take out the pin again. And that one came out much easier. So I'm going to put that off the side. Now I want to go to the other side and do the exact same thing. So 2 links here. I'll remove these 2, just do one nice simple block. Oops, actually, sorry, wrong side of the watch. This is what I meant to do. Thought that was too easy. So now we're on this side. The reason we want to do it on both sides of the band is that if we don't, then it'll be kind of lopsided and that looks silly. So I'm going to go ahead and just pick, let's see this one right here. There we go, pop that out. Back out the thing, so you don't bend anything, pull it out. There we go. And then this one again. Let's see, 1, 2, yep. So push through, move back. And let's see if I'll come out. It's a bit snug on this one. Come on. Nope. Time to bring the pliers out. So no big deal. And there we go. And that's there. Okay. Okay. Now we've got all the parts separated here. So what I've got is my extra bands up at the top. I've got my middle piece here. That's the latch. I've got the 2 pins that I'll need to put it back together again, and I've got the watch itself. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is do a quick double check and make sure that when I put these on like this, that it's all going to make sense, so that it does. It's not going to be like inverted or anything silly. And I'm going to go ahead and line up the arrows again, so you see they're lined up. I'm going to take the pins. Now in this case, remember that there's the thick part and there's the thin part. So just like an arrow flying through the air, you want to go the same direction this way, so the thick part is in the back. So I've got the arrows lined up, so the thick part's going to go last. I'm going to push this through, and you can just use your hands up front to get the first piece going there. Now what I found is easiest, a jeweler would use like a small little hammer to pop these in. I just found the back of this thing right there does a great job of just pushing it that first little bit in. So you pop it in like that, and then you're going to go ahead and take this piece here, and just push it that tiny little bit. We're talking like a millimeter or so, just enough so it pops once. That way it lines up with roughly the rest of these here. So just make sure it's in that same line up there. You don't want to go too far. If you do, you can go ahead and just push it back in a little bit, but just make sure it's nice and snug. Now we're going to do the exact same thing to the other side. So in this case, I'm going to flip this around. Now, of course, this side's a little bit trickier because of the fact that you've got the whole thing now coming together as a watch, as a single cohesive band. So I'm going to take the pin again and just hold this up without dropping it. Yep, there we go. Slide this through most of the way. Just pop it that tiny little bit there. And then just a tiny bit of a nudge, not too much here with this, just to kind of push it in a little bit like that so it lines up just like the rest of them. So at this point, you're done. You can see the wristband closes nicely. It's a bit smaller than before, but that's as simple as it is. There you go, how to change the links on the Fenix 3 Sapphire.